Right, what I'm making at the moment are the bells for the kitchen, you know, for service bells. Just ignore the fact that they are different colours, because I've just made that one and the pink one. These will be cut down. They're all going to be painted. Well, I don't know, I might keep them as they are. Not sure. Just got 2 more to make, and then they have to go on a plinth. But I might actually, I've got some balsa wood, so I might actually just use the balsa wood. So first of all, let me get the wood, and then I shall see. Here we are, here's a piece. There, nice chunky bit there. There we go, that's a nice piece. So let's just see if we can. God, Fiona, cut on a straight line, for God's sake. I'm useless. I don't even think that's straight. That is though. Right, there you go. So we've got that. So I will paint that up. It's just balsa wood. And then what happens is these go inside there. I will probably use a little spike of something to get that going, because the wire has to go through to the other side. No, that way, silly old. I don't know. No, that now has to go and... Oh, let me see if I can do this. I've never even thought of that, you silly woman. I've done them on here. On these white... on this. It is a coil maker. So if I can get my thing back on, then what I need to do is to flip that back. Hopefully. Let's just have a look. Wait a minute. Yeah. It doesn't matter. That can do. Can it do? I don't know if it... I want that like that. That's how I want it. That's it. See? So it's like that. And then this will be glued in and that will be taken off. And it all has to be done the same colour. So right now what I'm going to do, pop a little bit of glue in that hole. And just for now, glue that in. I can sand off any excess that I don't want. And then we just pin that like that. That's fine. And that's the first one. So, you know when the servants get the bell rung, you know, from the people upstairs in the posh houses? Well, I didn't have one. The one I had, I used on the last one. So I wanted to make my own. And this is the nearest I can get. And to be honest, just as good as the one I had before. Just as good. In fact, we can actually push that down. That's better. There you go. And I've made my own. So I'm just going to finish making this and then it'll all get painted together. 2, 3. And I might have to do it once that way. Yeah, 4. Take that off. Use my pliers to bend that way, which goes into the wall. Pop the bell on. Now these are just those you can buy in at craft shops, and I've just taken the bell section out to do this. I can put a little bead in there. That's no problem. Now I've got them all about there. Add a touch of glue. And you just do it like a bead cap. See, like that. It'll sit on there. And then all the excess hanging over, we just clip off. But it does make it look like you've got a little bell. And like I say, I can add a little bead on that. I'm not bothered if it's not perfect. Don't bother me in the slightest. More authentic looking. Right, so like I say, I'm going to show you how I did that. So anything will do as long as you've got something strong to hold your wire. Right, I just hold my wire on again. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I'm going to pin that together, put the bell on it, and then turn it when I want it. That's about there. So that needs to come round a little bit more. I forgot to bend that back then, silly hole. That's it. That's fine. I'm quite happy with all of that. And I haven't had to buy them. And once they're all painted up, they'll look a little bit different. Well, they'll look better, but like that. Just squashing them together, them wires. And then cut that. Make sure that's spun. There you go, see? And I have not had to buy them. And that's what I like about crafting. Because you make anything you want. And I've just created my service bells. That'll go on the wall. There. I hope you like that. Well, bit of fun. What I am going to do though is just to shape that. Let me see if we can shape that there. Just a little bit. I can set the right, so that's that. That will do me fine. I'm happy with that. Now this one I've just done is the hose pipe. You know, for hosing the stone floor down and that. This was one of these that go, this is the sink. This was the one that went under the sink and I just snipped it in half and used it for that. And stuck it with E6000 because that will stay on. I won't need all of that. But it will be hung on the wall like so. Like that. So that's the hose pipe for the wall. That will go towards another one. I do have these which need painting. They're like little bulbs and they were Christmas decorations for miniatures. So what I'm going to do is paint that now and then it's done with. I'm just painting it white. But then I could put that in a lamp. So I'm just going to pop that there to dry. Like that. So that's another job done. Probably go over it again. I've got my cutlery, I've got my little hooks, I've got my some decorations for the units in case I want to use those. That you can see those. I've got the pins to hang up, I don't know, pans, meat, whatever. Some little feet that I've found in case I have a little unit needs dealing with. Fish for the table. That's those bits there. I'm just going to pop this back in the box. This is what it is. It's called artistic wire and you can make all sorts with it and there's all different sizes. So you get all of this. And you make different coils and things like that. Make jewellery, whatever you want to do. I absolutely love it and I do use it. Except for the box is falling apart, so I need to sort that out. Now, here I have my box. I'm going to put that to one side because that's drying. Get rid of all of this. These are the miniatures that I've sorted for the shop. I've got this to do the wall with. I've got lots of things, all the cutlery in there. I've got, you know, things I can, pots here I can paint for whatever colour. Lots of different wooden things. I've just gone through the drawers, see what I've got. Dishes and things for the table. Even got one of these with a tissue on. Lots of jars. Pots, pans in copper and silver, it doesn't matter, just mix and match. And some food now, and a person that I've got to dress as a maid. Now, what I have to do is go through this drawer, because I've gone through all the drawers I've got, and I've got 7 drawers full of miniatures. So I've gone through all the drawers, collecting various pieces. I have that like a gothic chair. I'm not sure, that for the wall. More fish. Food bit goes there. Brushes. Mops I've already made. You know, like for washing the sink out and that. Oh, and a cat, look, I've got to put it up against something. Now, if you've got a rubber, these are great. I use them all the time. I'm going to need some soap. It's a great way of getting bars of soap. So what I'm going to do is cut that into 2. Oops. Like that. And see how it's not even cut straight, it's like worn down. That's great. Put that back in the pot because what we don't use. Now, you do have to be careful. We're going to shave it. And you're shaving it like it's been used. And no bar of soap is ever perfectly square. It looks like it's been used, so that's what we're going to do with it, is to shape it. Take all them rough edges off. And I know people are going to say, oh, buy a bar of soap. I don't want to. I'd rather make my own. Why would I want to buy what I can make? And I get so much more pleasure. And then when people who buy it from me, when it's done, they, you know, is the enjoyment, the sheer enjoyment, knowing that it's been handmade properly and not shop bought, like, you know, a lot of the miniatures are today. Miniaturists are not miniaturists anymore. A lot of them aren't. But then again, a lot of them are, there are still a few doing their own miniatures. But it's few and far between. There. That'll do me. I'm quite content with that. Bar of soap. Oh, I suppose we could have a new one on the shelf, couldn't we? Yeah. Now we've got somebody who's come in today. They've been to look at the. We're having a new roof put on, and she were unbelievable. She could not believe. We got talking about various things, and she couldn't believe, right, that we used to. She was on in her 30s, I think. That we used to go out and leave the door unlocked, and on the table, my mother would have the club money, the pot money, the coal money, the rent, you know what I mean? I just remember leaving all sorts of things, probably not the rent, but leaving things on the deck, on the table. And people used to come in and just take what was theirs. Can you imagine that today? Well, you wouldn't have a bloody house left, they'd take the lot. But hey, just memories. She was going on about how long people had said they'd been in this area. And I said, oh God, you know. My family's been here near, well, I was 6 when we moved up here and I'm 58, so 52 years. A long time. Anyway, there you go. Some bars of soap. Look what I found. I don't know where I'd got it from, but cheese with a mouse in it. So I'm going to put it on the deck. Just look like it's been caught. But Raymond's going to make me the box. Now, what I've got to do is the fire. That I'm letting that dry, let that dry, and let that dry. Yeah, I'm going to make the fire. Now, I do need my board. And this was the back of it, wasn't it? Where did my thing go? Here. This is what I was after. So that's going to go on the back. But here at the front, I'm going to put it up there, I think. But here at the front, we need to cut another piece. Let's see what the measurements are on that. Let's have a look. 4.5 centimetres, so we'll do 5. We shall do 5. And the length I need is probably about that. Let's just do that. And we are going to round off the corners. That's a little bit longer. That'll do. So that unit is going to... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Love it. Brilliant. Chuffed to death with it. Now... Oops, move that over, make sure we've got it level. That's about right. About right. Now, all I'm going to do is to run the glue gun underneath, and it's going to be painted black, so... nothing will be seen. Just scuff underneath there like that. Perfect. Thrilled with that. Yeah. Brilliant. Now what I've got is some of the fire paper that I had, you know, the brick. So what I'm going to do is to attach the brick paper. I can darken it. I know I've got the black soot somewhere, because I use it. Hey ho. See how it looks like it's natural burnt? That's fine, I'm happy with that. Yeah. And then, like you said, my little fire will fit in there. I'm going to finish this off. We've got the start. Now this has to be done like wood. So I got the brown acrylic, and I'll show you how to do this. You also need the white acrylic. So what we do is we put a coat. I didn't want to do this beforehand because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, so you know, cutting stuff on and off all the time, adding bits here and there, cutting paper, chipboard, whatever you want to call it, foam board. Right, so So that's what we're going to do. Just I'm just doing the edges, but you see what I've done? Giving it a coat of the brown, and then you dab of the white, and you run that up and down like that. And then go back over it with the brown. And you keep doing that so you got it to look like wood. I want mine a little bit darker than that. See? I'm happy with that. And I just have to do the edges. Hope you can see it. It's coming on really nicely. If you haven't seen the one I've already done, go and have a look at it. It's very similar. This is the picture that I did, but I've printed it off in black and white, but that's the last one I did. So it's, you know, bricks above it, slightly different. The walls with the bare bricks showing in patches, and the fire, I think the fire's similar. And I had a pole across as well for spit roast. And this has got side panels on, which I will be doing. So I could do that now actually. Yeah, just all of it black. I hope that's helpful. Please come back for the next part. I've no idea what we're doing. I'm going to do the table. We're going to finish the table off. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye for now.